sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Hey everybody, this is Steve from SCOARTGLASS, and I want to welcome you to the channel where I hope to help you discover the beauty of stained glass, learn tips, tricks, and techniques so that you can create your own stained glass artwork. And I appreciate everybody joining me tonight. And if you're catching this on the replay, put replay in the comment section below so I can understand how many people are actually interacting and looking at the replay of the lives. And now I just want to give a brief overview of what we did last week. We did the LBC branding. We kind of finished that up with the soldering. I finished it up this past week, and it actually turned out pretty good. I'm excited. I added some embellishments on it, and here is the finished one. So looks pretty good. I like the way the light's hitting it from the sunlight is from the back side of it. And you can see that I've got some of the kind of like pearl earrings and a necklace that goes around the neck just above the shoulder. So I think it turned out pretty well. I'll be packing it up and getting it shipped off tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. Now, another project that is getting ready to start is another commission, and I touched on it briefly last week, and it is the cat panel. Now, this is going to be a 36 by 18 half moon type panel. It's going to go in a lunette. I think they call it a lunette window or a lunette window, but it's basically a half moon window. And it's going to fit right in there snug and just kind of cover the window completely up. And I'm going to have some hidden mounts on it so that the owner doesn't have to hang it. It just really have some kind of like stick-in mounts to where it will hold itself in place. Then here is the template. I am actually going to go take tomorrow to the client's house and kind of fit in the window and kind of see if it's actually going to fit. So just something that I do to make sure that I make that template, and then I actually cut it out in the cardboard the size and then go lay it in the window just to make sure. So then I know that I got to stay within that range or right at that range. So that way I don't overtake or have to remake it or bring it back, cut it down a little bit, so forth. So, okay, so now tonight, we got another great project to start on. But before I do that, I'm really excited about our artist spotlight interview we are going to be doing tomorrow. This is going to start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're in the European area, it is 4 p.m. Central European Summer Time Zone, I believe is what it's called. So I'm really excited about this. It's with Arjun Boev. He is with Stained Glass Geek, and he is a fantastic artist. Does a lot of gaming type artwork, stained glass. So if you're up at 10 a.m. in the morning, I'll be happy for you and be excited for us to join us. Come get some coffee and come sit and chat with us as we do this interview. And he's going to go over some things that he's been working on and some exciting things that have happened in his life. So with that, we are going to drive right into our project tonight, which is going to be a lighted 3D soapbox. So if you ever want to be able to tell somebody, hey, get off your soapbox, here's a nice way to do it. You can have this type of 3D sculpture of stained glass, and I'm going to put an LED light on the inside of it, and then you can light it up when somebody gets on their soapbox, yada, 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 yada. So good indicator to say, hey, get off your soapbox. With that, let's go ahead and jump in to the project for tonight. All right. So as you can see here, we are going to jump right in. So these were the pieces. Let me show you. Now, I'm going to show you a mistake I did. So silly me tried to fit everything into one page so I could print it off and cut it all out, right? Well, not realizing, hey, it's got to be a certain size, right? So, yeah, I printed it all out on one paper, but you know what? Sizes were off. Sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself. Do, stuff that's just kind of, what were you thinking? But anyways, I was able to print it off and to the correct size. And then, so here's the box. So I would do 2 of these, and then the box side will be 2 of those. So it'll kind of go like this, on each side. So I've already marked our glass for this, and we'll get to the color glass here in a moment. And then there's the bar soap. So there's my back side, and then I had a front side, kind of like what you're seeing here with some writing on it. So, but I actually cut it because the soap is actually going to be a different color glass. The actual lettering is. So I haven't decided if I'm going to just do one piece this shape of white of the clear glass, clear water glass, I should say, and then maybe do the lining of glass paint, and to give it the look of it actually being cut, or if I'm actually going to cut each individual piece and then try and fit it in. So I'm still kind of debating that right now, and I'll let you know what I end up deciding on that. So I figure I could probably get this done in probably 3 streams. So I'm going to try not to work ahead much on this particular project and really just bring it to the stream so that everybody can kind of follow along with me. This is actually my first 3D project that I'm actually making. So you're going to see all the mistakes that I make, or the frustration I get into, or different things of that sort. So I just want to bring you along my journey and doing my first 3D project. It should be pretty straightforward, with it just being 4 sides of a box, the bottom being open. And then I think the challenging piece will be when I begin to start trying to do the top, because I'm going to actually keep the soap hollow as well and fit it at an angle on the top. So I think I've got to draw on the glass itself once I get the soap box kind of tacked together or taped together, so that I can get the dimensions correct and how it is going to align on the top with the stagger placement. But so these are our pieces that we're going to actually work with. Now let's get into the glass that we're going to be working with tonight. So the first piece, like I said, I've already kind of marked it, and you may not be able to see the lines. You might be able to see a little bit of the lines on there because it's pretty dark, but I can see them pretty good. But here's my 2 pieces for the front and back, and the 2 for the side are already cut in place. And all I did was just put my template down and just use my permanent marker, my Sharpie, and just drew around it. So that's the for the box. Now the glass we're going to use for the soap is this color glass. It is a white and light green wispy mix. or actually, I'm sorry, medium green, wispy. So I thought it looked pretty cool. It's going to be translucent with the light coming through. Again, this is going to be hollow on the bottom side. So I want the light to be able to come all the way through pretty freely inside. And then finally, the soap lettering is a clear water glass. So this is really going to kind of pop inside of this green, and I think it's going to work out pretty good. So that is the shape that's been drawn on from the template there as well. So we are going to go ahead and start off with the brown and cut it. I got a new little stand over here to my side that's kind of holding my glass up. I've got to stop laying it down flat because sometimes I put a little too much weight on and maybe something else under it and it goes click, it just breaks. It's like, oops. So I need to start standing my glass up even when I'm waiting to work on it. All right, so we'll go ahead and get to cutting here. So now that I've got this already laid out, it should be pretty straightforward cuts. I'm hoping tonight we will get through the cutting and the grinding of all the pieces, and then maybe start foiling. Not sure, but we'll kind of go from there. Depends on how many questions I get throughout the night and so forth. All right, so again, starting to cut. For these, you could probably use a straight edge like I'm going to do here. It will make it probably a little bit easier, a little bit quicker, but you just got to make sure that you're aligning onto your score or your marking, so that way you don't get all out of whack. Looks like I'm going to be okay here. Pretty much right on there, so that's good. Little bit up there, I'll have to grind down a little bit, but that's okay. Wasn't quite straight on there. We're gonna piece these off here. Try to keep the bigger pieces big because I may need them again later if I choose to do another big project with this. Okay, so I want to make sure that now I think I can handle it with the Is that a straight edge? So tomorrow's artist spotlight interview, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good one. This artist has got a lot of cool artwork that he's been doing. And you know what? This time I did remember to prep to have some kind of music playing in the background. So hopefully I don't have it too loud. So hopefully you can hear that okay. Looks like that needs a little bit of a chipping off here. Okay. Looks like make sure these are gonna we'll get them fitted up pretty quickly. I want to make sure that they're going to be exact or pretty close to exact. See, that's what I hate. These wispy glass is not always breaking off like it's supposed to. Probably would help if I tap it before I break it, right? See, that's what I talk about. I'll talk to myself. I will do stuff and not think about it, you know? See, that one's coming off pretty good now. All right. Those three, I'm going to align it, and may have to shape it a little bit, but I'm going to cut another one. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully, we will get a nice clean break this time. Gotta make sure. There we go. Nice clean break. And now do the small little stripping that we have to do here. So we kind of straighten everything out. You can see there's a little bit off on that one. So let's see which one fits better up to these. I like that. That's okay, because it'll give a little bit of an inset for the top. So these are pretty much the same. Nope. These are not the same width. The height is not quite the same. Let's do this. Straight edge to straight edge. And then I will make a mark straight down so I know where I need to grind down to. Yeah, not much grinding on that end, but enough. And these come out the same. I can grind all that. That won't be a big deal to grind. Now there's some other markings on here I want to make sure I get off. So that I don't confuse it with when I'm trying to grind. So now we will move over to our we'll move over to our green and get that all cut up. Welcome if you're just joining us. We are working on the 3D soapbox pattern. And we're just now starting to cut out our pieces. I think I can cut this. Do the straight edge for the first one. And then go. Trying to switch over to something. There we go. Now, if you got any questions on what I'm doing, just you can put them in the chat box, and I will try and answer anything I can. So with this 3D glass, I'm going to end up taping everything together just to try and size and fit it before I tack it all together. Ooh, I don't like that. There's a little dip in the glass right there. That could cause an issue when I try and break this. Hopefully, it doesn't. I better tap. Good. Good. I'm happy with those. So now the next step we're going to do is we are going to cut this nice little curvy lines out. I'm going to go ahead and try and straight shoot this one and then come back and get the kind of the curvy, deeper inner cuts there. I won't take any chances of All right, now we're going to go ahead and do the inner curve on these real quick. Those inside curves. Bring our little there we go. Now it's going to break off a little bit easier. Right, now we got that. Now we are actually pretty close to going over to the grinder. And I think that's what I want to do. I want to go over to the grinder and get these little grind here. And we will switch over to the grinder cam. There it is. Let me go. Make sure everything gets soaked up here. Forgot to turn it on, have it running. If you're interested in a watering system, you can check out the water system video I did. I did a water system video for this, and I'm actually going to upgrade it, and I will film that as well in the upgrade. I'll make sure there's no question going on here. Nope. Okay. Almost there. All right, the last one. Here we go. rinse these off and dry them. All right, we are back. So we did all the grinding on all of our pieces now. And let me get us a switch back over here. And now we're ready to just kind of dry these pieces up. And then we'll be ready for foiling. But as I suspected, we would get through the cutting and grinding. And then we will continue on next stream on foiling and tack it together. And by then I should have figured out what I'm doing with the lettering. If I'm going to cut them out individually, or if I'm going to do a overlay type technique with paint, to put the break marks in the paint, but keep it as one piece. Well, again, if you have the opportunity tomorrow morning, I will put another plug in for the Artist Spotlight interview. Go grab some coffee in the morning and just turn it on and just interact if you want, or just watch the interview. It's going to be a good interview. Like I said, very talented artist. And I think you guys will like him if you don't know who he is already. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of this stream. And again, this is the first of, I think, 3 streams I will do on this particular project. Like I said, I'm going to do this whole entire 3D process openly and along with you. And hopefully we both learn some things about putting together a 3D piece. All right, this is the last piece. Let me move this out of the way. Wow, I couldn't time that any better than I did. So the soap will go inside of there. This is the back side. And then we will have the 2 side pieces running that way. And then the same thing with this, we'll have the 2 side pieces running, actually this way. And then we'll have our front and our back going. So that will be next week's episode. We will foil and then we will tape it all together. Well, I appreciate everybody joining me tonight. And again, if you're catching it on the replay, be sure to hit hashtag replay in the comment section. And if you'd like to see some other projects on the stream, leave those comments in the comment section as well. I'm always looking for good ideas to do, projects to create on the live stream, or if there's just different techniques you'd rather see me show you on the stream, leave those in the comment section as well. Again, if you want to support the channel, be sure to check out the Buy Me a Coffee link that is in the description, as well over there in the chat. This just kind of helps us continue bringing projects that when we don't have commissions, we can still build projects, and it kind of helps covers the cost of the glass and all the materials. So with that, thank you, and I will see you on the next stream.